The following is a special sports broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg.
It's time for the West Virginia American Legion Baseball State Tournament, which is brought to you by Trips Flooring, Van Meter 9 and the Sycamore at Stonebridge, Queen Dental, Reed's Distributor, Tobin's Country Catering, TRG Services, Valley Health, Hagerstown Ford, the Browns Funeral Home and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, CMA Chevy and Toyota dealerships of Martinsburg, WVU Medicine, Cody's Auto Body, Parsons Ford, the Mansion Freddie Law Firm, the Berkeley County Health Department, Modern Realty Results, the Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies, Orsini's Home Store, Burke Schultz, Harmon and Jenkinson, L.A. Roberts Jewelers, Mother Shuckers, the Skinner Law Firm, the Mirius Group, Rocks, and the Palace Lounge. Let's go live to the field and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
Good afternoon. We're back here at P.O. Faulkner Park for Game 2 on Day 2 of the West Virginia American Legion Baseball State Tournament. The pregame show is brought to you by Skinner Accident Injury Lawyers, representing accident injury claims for over 50 years. Go to SkinnerWins.com. I'm Colin McLaughlin for Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Back at the studio is Dylan Bishop. Game 2 is Wellsburg Post 34 taking on the host team, the Berkeley Post 14 Hornets. It's in another elimination game for Day 2. We just saw Game 1 go to Wheeling Post 1, defeating Potomac Valley Post 64, the Area 4 champions, by a final score of 7-4. So Post 1 survives. Potomac Valley Post 64 is eliminated from the state tournament. Step aside, take a 2-minute break, and on the other side of that 2-minute break, we'll get you the starting lineups for Wellsburg and Berkeley. This is the West Virginia American Legion Baseball State Tournament on Talk Radio WRNR TV 10. We're back in 2 minutes.
The Skinner family has been representing West Virginians for more than 50 years.
We've changed the name of our firm to Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers because we want to be clear about what we do. We represent people who have been in car, truck, and other catastrophic accidents.
We're here to be a voice for the injured and vulnerable, and we take that job seriously with deep commitment to serving our clients wherever they are.
Just Google Skinner Accident Lawyer or visit SkinnerWins.com. We'll treat you like family.
WVU Medicine introduces Walk-In Wednesdays. The Human Resources Department at the WVU Medicine Corporate Center in Martinsburg will host Walk-In Wednesdays every Wednesday in July. A WVU recruiter will be on site 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. to answer questions about positions available and assist those who submit applications via Workday. The WVU Medicine Corporate Center is located at 121 Administrative Drive in Martinsburg. Stop by to learn why employees who work here thrive here.
I do.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
I can't believe you didn't fill up.
That's double my rent. Not my car.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rock's Rewards.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
You had one job.
It's between girls.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rock's Rewards.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Welcome back here to P.O. Faulkner Park. Let's get you the starting lineups for this one between Wellsburg Post 34 and Berkeley Post 14. Starting lineups are brought to you by Trips Flooring. Not sure where to go, who to trust with your flooring needs. Call Trips Flooring at 304-229-7009 or online at tripsfloorsanding.com. For American Legion Post 34, batting first, the catcher number 44, Garrett Moore. Batting second, the second baseman number 3, TJ DiCaprio. Batting third at third base, number 6, Matt Gear. Batting fourth, left field, number 0, Zach O'Mary. Batting fifth, right field, number 31, Hunter Nicely. Batting sixth, first base, number 10, Caleb Billick. Batting seventh, shortstop, number 39, Raymond DeFranco. Batting eighth, doing the pitching, number 25, Hunter Mazingo. Batting ninth, center fielder, number 16, Braden McFarland. Wellsburg is 4-10 on the year now, 0-1 here in the state tournament. Now for Berkeley Post 14, leading off for the Hornets, center fielder number 7, Jordan Camby. Batting second, the second baseman number 9, Cam Moore. Batting third at shortstop number 2, J.J. Pavanelli. Batting fourth, the third baseman number 11, Braden Oviedo. Batting fifth, the left fielder number 4 is Landon Sifford. Batting sixth, playing in right field, number 14, Christian Alter. Batting seventh at first base, number 1, Jet Gross. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 13, Michael Poltar. Batting ninth is the pitcher, number 6, Cole Lewis. Berkeley Post 14 is 18-11 now overall, and in the tournament 0-1 after being defeated by by Morgantown Post 2 yesterday, 11-6. It was South Charleston Post 94 defeating Wellsburg Post 34 6-0 to get these two teams in this elimination game. And I'm Colin McLaughlin for Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. We'll step aside, take a 1-minute break. On the other side of that 1-minute break, it'll be time for first pitch. This is the West Virginia American Legion Baseball State Tournament on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Welcome back to Gold Nation Buffet. I'm Ryan, and I'm so excited to show you guys the hibachi station. It's phenomenal. Check this out. What's incredible about the hibachi station? You can use this screen system, choose everything from your meats to your sides to pho, ramen, and so much more right here. And they'll build it for you right on down here at the station. And boom, there you go. All those requested ingredients fresh on the plate and ready to go. Come on down here, Gold Nation Buffet, for their incredible hibachi station. We'll see you soon.
We welcome you back here to P.O. Faulkner Park. Already got you the starting lineup. Let's now get to today's starting battery, brought to you by Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street, Martinsburg. Call them at 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page. Starting pitcher for the Berkeley Post 14 Hornets is number 6, Cole Lewis. Doing the catching is number 13, Michael Poltar. Weather's brought to you by CMA's Martinsburg and Winchester dealerships. Proud to be the owners who just care more. Right now, partly cloudy skies, mostly sunny here at P.O. Faulkner Park. 79 degrees, 4-mile-an-hour wind, up to 10-mile-an-hour gusts coming from the northeast. Feels like 81. No chance of rain today. Should be a great day for baseball as we get ready for Game 2 here on Day 2 of the West Virginia American Legion Baseball State Tournament. As Cole Lewis's warm-up pitches have concluded, you will now get ready for first pitch, which is brought to you by the Mirius Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors, John Everson and Phil McCoy. Stop by 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg or call 304-263-4343. Top of the first is brought to you by Brown Funeral Home and Cremations, Robert Fields & Sons, family-owned full-service funeral home that's proudly served our area since 1880. Stepping in is Moore for Cole Lewis. So far this year, he's pitched 11 1/3 innings. This is only his second start, as the first pitch from Lewis misses for ball one here to the leadoff batter for Wellsburg in Moore. For Cole Lewis, trying to get some other numbers, he's given up 17 hits, 8 runs, 7 of them earned, 6 walks, 13 strikeouts, has an ERA of 4.324. As the next pitch is a strike to even up the count at 1 apiece. The 1-1 is a fly ball sent back to Jordan Camby, who backs up and will make the catch for out number 1 there in center field. Now batting will be TJ DiCaprio.
Number 3, second baseman.
DiCaprio, another right-handed batter for Wellsburg, will step in here against Cole Lewis. Wellsburg in the gold uniforms as Lewis first pitch catches the outside part of the plate for strike 1 to DiCaprio. Just like yesterday, those gold uniforms with the white stripe on the sleeve and the green numbers on the back and the green number 34 for their post number on the front chest with the green hat, as the 0-1 pitch from Lewis called strike 2 to DiCaprio, so he's now behind in the count, 0-2. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. It's a breaking ball that misses low to DiCaprio, so count 1-2. For Berkeley Post 14, they're in the red uniforms today, with the blue script on the front and the blue numerals on the front and back outlined in white, as the 1-2 low again in the turf. Count now 2-2. They have the blue and white hat, white on the front, blue on the back, with the red 14 on the front of the hat and the blue bill. A darker blue for the hat compared to more of a royal/navy blue on the jersey. So 2-2 count to DiCaprio. Lewis sets. And this pitch is on the outside corner and called strike 3. DiCaprio goes down looking for out number 2 here in the top of the first inning.
Batting third for Wellsburg.
Now batting for Wellsburg, post 34, is Matt Gear, the third baseman. I'll step up here against Cole Lewis. The first pitch. He lines in between shortstop and third into left field. It's a 2-out single for Matt Gear, which will now bring up for Wellsburg the left fielder,
Batting fourth,
and that's O'Mary.
number 0, left fielder Zach O'Mary.
So Zach O'Mary will step up to bat now with 2 out and the runner now on first base. Lewis waits for his catcher, Michael Poltar, to get set behind home plate. Here we go. Lewis sets. First pitch. Fastball outside for a ball to O'Mary. O'Mary, other than his last name, you can tell he's got that Irish blood in him with his red hair peeking out from underneath his helmet as this pitch again outside, the count 2-0. I'll step back in here against Lewis. Runner on first takes his lead. 2-0 pitch. Big swing and a miss from O'Meary. Count now 2-1. Two balls, one strike. O'Meary steps out. Gets the signal again from his third base coach before stepping back in the box. He's ready to go. The runner goes on the 2-1. The pitch is outside. Poltar bobbles it, and that delays the throw down to second. Sliding in safely is Matt Gear. So 3-1 count to O'Meary now with 2 outs here in the top of the first and a runner in scoring position for Wellsburg post 34. Lewis, 3-1 pitch to O'Meary. At the knees and called strike 2. The count now runs full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Two out, runners at second. Payoff pitch from Lewis. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Down goes O'Meary to end the inning. So 2 strikeouts for Cole Lewis in the first. Runner is stranded and Matt Gear at second. So we're headed to the bottom of the first. Scoreless between Wellsburg post 34 and Berkeley post 14. This is the West Virginia American Legion Baseball State Tournament on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanic Insurance Companies. For over a century, we have been dedicated to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. We specialize in auto, home, farm, and business insurance. Our products are backed with personal, hands-on service. You can trust us to protect what matters most to you. For all of your insurance needs, there's Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies.
Panhandle Printing and Design is your full-service local print shop.
With over 50 years of combined experience, we know how to handle all of your printing and design needs.
We can handle anything, from small business cards to wrapping large vehicles. Our in-house design team can do it all. As a staple of this community, we love helping people promote their events, businesses, and anything they're passionate about. Envision, create, and bring your ideas to life with Panhandle Printing and Design.
We welcome you back to P.O. Faulkner Park here in Martinsburg, West Virginia, as we're headed to the bottom of the first inning, which is brought to you by Orsini's Home Store, not just an appliance store any longer. Visit them at 360 Hank Wilson Way in Martinsburg or online at orsinis.com. Cole Lewis able to get 2 strikeouts in the top of the first, which will bring up Berkeley Post 14's Camby Moore Pavanelli. The lead off here in the bottom of the first inning, scoreless against Wellsburg, post 34 here in this elimination game of the West Virginia American Legion Baseball State Tournament. Camby steps in against Hunter Mozingo. Mozingo's first pitch, Camby will let go by. It's on the inside and called strike 1. No balls, 1 strike to Camby. The 0-1 pitch, big swing and a miss for strike 2. Camby now behind in the count against Mozingo, 0-2. The 0-2. Camby fouls straight back and out of play, keeping the count at 0-2. Mozingo sets again, and here's the 0-2 pitch. And again, a foul ball, this time over to the left towards that third base dugout by Camby. So still no balls, 2 strikes. So we get set for the 5th pitch of the at-bat. Camby has fouled off the last 2. Mozingo sets, gets this call from his catcher, Garrett Moore. And another one fouled off by Camby. This time it's sent over towards the batting cage. 3rd straight foul ball by Camby to stay alive. Another 0-2, and this misses outside for a ball. So the count 1-2 to Camby. Mozingo's 1-2. Camby pops this one down the third base side, foul and out of the reach of the third baseman and left fielder. So the 4th foul ball of the at-bat. 1-2 count. Here comes another pitch to Jordan Camby against Mozingo. And this is lined down the third baseline, and another one, foul. Camby continues to battle here in this one. Ninth pitch of the at-bat, Jordan Camby. The leadoff batter for Berkeley Post 14 in the bottom of the first. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Zingo sets, the rock in the throw, and that's outside. The count now 2-2 to Camby. We'll see a 10th pitch. Pitch number 10 is a breaking ball that stays high, so the count now runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Canby. The 3-2, fouled straight back by Canby. Count remains full at 3-2. Mozingo shakes off the first one. The second one likes the third one as the 3-2. Grounded by Canby to the shortstop. DeFranco, his throw to first in time. Canby finally goes down in a very lengthy at-bat for out number 1. Which will bring up Cam Moore now with 1 out here in the bottom of the first.
Number 9, second baseman, Cam Moore.
Moore playing at second base today. First pitch, breaking ball from Mozinga outside for a ball. A 1 ball, no strikes now to Cam Moore. That was the 13th pitch. Pitch number 14 catches the zone for a strike. Count now 1-1. Mozingo's next pitch, low for a ball. The count 2-1 now to Cam Moore. Moore lefty here against righty Mozingo as the 2-1. Just below the knees. The count now 3-1 to Moore. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, nobody on. Mozingo sets. And the 3-1 catches the inside part of the zone and called strike 2. Count full at 3-2 now to Cam Moore. Another full count to another Hornet batter as the 3-2 fouled straight back by Moore to stay alive. That's the 6th pitch of the at-bat. Here comes pitch number 7. Jordan Canby saw 12 pitches in his at-bat. And this way outside, it's ball 4. So Cam Moore will get a 1-out base on balls. And that'll bring up J.J. Pavanelli. Pavanelli batting third. We've seen him typically in that cleanup spot, but things had to be switched around due to the unfortunate injury to West Virginia High School Player of the Year and Carson Buber on Sunday during the game against the Martinsburg Blue Sox. Pickoff attempt over at first base, not in time. First pitch to Pavanelli from Mozingo, misses inside for a ball. A 1-0 count now to J.J. Pavanelli with the runner on first and 1 out here in the bottom of the first. It's Wellsburg, post 34. Berkeley, post 14, scoreless as another pickoff attempt over at first. Moore slides back in and is able to get his hand on the bag before the tag. 1-0. Breaking ball that stays inside, so the count now 2-0 to Pavanelli. Pavanelli will step back in here against Mozingo. 2-0 high for a ball. The count now 3-0. Mozingo walked Moore and is 1 ball away now from walking back-to-back batters with Braden Oviedo on deck. Mozingo sets. And he'll try to pick off Cam Moore over at first, and the throw not close to getting Moore out. As he slides back in easily. Another pickoff attempt. This time a little bit closer, but still more safe. Now here's the 3-0 pitch, and that's right at the letters and called a strike to J.J. Pavanelli. Count now 3-1. Another pickoff attempt over at first. And safely is Cam Moore. He's getting a workout of up-downs over at first base. 3-1. Again, right down the heart of the plate, it's strike 2 as Pavanelli lets that one go by. So the count full once again. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Another Hornet batter. Mozingo sets. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. And Pavanelli gets a hold of it. It's down for a hit into right field. Bobbling it is Hunter Nicely, and that allows Cam Moore to get to second base safely. It would have been close at second if Nicely was able to get that one immediately off the bounce, because Moore wasn't sure if he was going to catch it in right or not, and stopped about a third of the way in between first and second. Pavanelli gets the first hit for Berkeley Post 14 this afternoon. He's at first base. Cam Moore is at second base. 1 out in the bottom of the first. Here's Oviedo. First pitch from Mozingo almost hits Oviedo. It's ball 1. Oviedo takes his time before stepping back in here against Mozingo. 1-0. Just high for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes to Braden Oviedo with Sifford on deck. Mozingo looks at the runner behind him. Big kick in the 2-0. Inside for ball 3 to Oviedo. So 3-0 count. The runners at first and second. Mozingo sets. Here's the 3-0 pitch, and that is way up and in for ball 4. So 4-pitch walk. It's Oviedo at first, Pavanelli at second, Moore at third, so bases loaded with 1 out in the bottom of the first. Now batting will be Landon Sifford.
Batting 5th for Berkeley. Number 4, that's correct. Left fielder Landon Sifford.
Quick meeting of the minds on the mound between the catcher Garrett Moore and his pitcher Hunter Mozingo before Sifford's at bat. 1 out, you'll see the corners of the infield in, but the middle infield in normal depth in case of a double play opportunity. Mozingo's first pitch to Sifford. I'll let go by, and it's called strike 1. That's pitch number 30 of the inning for Mozingo. The 0-1 outside for a ball. The count now 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bases loaded for Berkeley Post 14. The pitch outside off the glove of the catcher Garrett Moore. Cam Moore over at third did not get a good enough jump. Will retreat back instead of trying to steal home on the pass ball. 2-1 count now to Sifford. Mozingo wipes the sweat off his head before stepping back on the rubber. The 2-1 pitch. It's a fastball that's inside for a ball. Mozingo not happy with not getting that call, thinking that he catches the up and in part of the zone. The 3-1 pops straight up by Sifford in the infield. That's an infield fly as the second baseman TJ DiCaprio lets it bounce behind him to see if he could fool any of the Hornet base runners. They all stayed put. So you now have 2 down. Sifford is out on the infield fly, which will bring up Christian Alter.
Batting 6th, number 14, right fielder, Christian Alter.
Alter from Martinsburg High School was an RBI machine this year for the Bulldogs, as the pitch from Mozingo misses outside for ball 1, as that almost got past the catcher Garrett Moore, but he's able to smother it in the turf in the opposite batter's box. A 1-0 count now to Alter, who fouls this one over the first base dugout and out of play. So count 1-1. 2 outs, bases loaded here in a very lengthy bottom of the first inning. As Mozingo now at 36 pitches. Alter lets this go by, and it's ball 2. just above the shoulder, so 2-1 count. Two-one. Catches the outside part of the plate, says the home plate umpire is Alter let it go past him for strike 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the first, base is loaded. Mozingo's pitch. High for a ball. The count now full. Runners will be going on this. You see the signal. Big opportunity now on both sides. Mozingo sets. A 3-2 pitch. And that's lined down the first baseline by Alter. And it's foul. Foul by a foot or two over in the bullpen down that first baseline. That would have cleared the bases if it stayed fair. So now we wait for the ball to come back and for everybody to go back to their bases. So Alter steps back in against Hunter Mozingo. Again, 3 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. And that's lined to the second baseman who dives for it, gets it. DiCapio's throw to first is there for out number 3. Great job by TJ DiCapio, the second baseman, to slide and keep the game tied at 0 after 1 between Wellsburg post 34 and Berkeley post 14. This is the West Virginia American Legion Baseball State Tournament on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. We're back in 1 minute.
Welcome to CMA's Honda of Winchester, where you can drive an award-winning lineup of new and certified pre-owned Hondas, Accords, Civics, CRVs, HRVs, and more at CMA's Honda of Winchester. Owners just care more. Welcome to CMA's Honda of Winchester, where you can drive an award-winning lineup of new and certified pre-owned Hondas, Accords, Civics, CRVs, HRVs, and more at CMA's Honda of Winchester. Owners just care more.
The WVU Heart and Vascular Institute is pleased to announce that thoracic surgery with Dr. Shalini Reddy is now available in Martinsburg at WVU Medicine Berkeley Medical Center. Dr. Reddy has practiced thoracic surgery in the region for over 8 years and offers robotic laparoscopic surgeries for the lungs, esophagus, and more. For more information about thoracic surgery in Martinsburg, check us out online at mywvuheart.com.
We welcome you back. Top of the second inning is brought to you by the personal injury attorneys, Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. Visit burkeandschultz.com. We play hardball. After 1, it remains scoreless between Wellsburg post 34 and Berkeley post 14 as the Hornets, with a huge opportunity missed there in the bottom of the first. They had bases loaded with 1 out and were unable to bring any runs home as Hunter Mozingo survived that one somehow, some way. 41 pitches in the first, 21 of them for strikes. Now Wellsburg post 34 will have the 5, 6, 7 batters due up here in the top of the second. Nicely, Billick, and then DeFranco. Nicely steps up against Cole Lewis. Last inning only threw 15 pitches. As the first pitch inside, big swing and a miss by Nicely for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike here to Nicely. The 0-1. Breaking ball that misses inside. The count now 1-1. To Nicely. Nicely big righty. It's the 1-1 pitch. It's a soft ground ball to the shortstop, J.J. Pavanelli. Picks it up, tosses it over to first. That's out number 1 in the top of the second. So Nicely down on a 6-3 ground out. Now batting will be number 10, Caleb Billick, the first baseman. Billick, another righty. Slightly choked up on the bat here against Lewis. Goes to the curveball and gets it for strike one. So that freezes Billick. Billick, 0-1 count. Sees a fastball that's in the turf. Misses for a ball, so it's a 1-1 count. Wondering if this Billick has any relation to the Billick we saw in the last game. 1-1 count. That's low for a ball. Count now 2-1. The 2-1 is a grounder on the infield over to the third base side in the green part of the turf. Charging in is Braden Oviedo, and he'll get it, throw to first for the out. So 5-3 ground out. Now has 2 outs here in the second. DeFranco will come up to bat.
Raymond DeFranco.
And he'll swing through the first pitch, make contact, and send it in between first and second into right field. It's a 2-out single for Wellsburg post 34. So just like the first inning, saw 2 outs and then a 1-pitch at bat with a 2-out single, which will now bring up the pitcher for Wellsburg post 34, Hunter Mozingo.
The pitcher, Hunter Mozingo.
Mozingo puts his batting gloves on. He'll step up here against Cole Lewis with 2 out and a runner on first in a scoreless game between Wellsburg post 34 and Berkeley post 14. He'll square to bunt and foul it straight back into the net for strike one. For a bunt attempt there with 2 out. Makes it an 0-1 count to Mozingo. Runner at first, and DeFranco takes his lead. Lewis looks over at him, now sets. He'll fire the 0-1 pitch, and that's a hard grounder to the second baseman, Cam Moore, and he'll throw it to first for out number 3. So runner gets left stranded for Wellsburg. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. And we're headed to the bottom of the second, tied at 0 between Wellsburg post 34 and Berkeley post 14. This is the West Virginia American Legion Baseball State Tournament on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. We're back in 1 minute.
After a car accident, what do you get when you call Mansion Ferretti?
You get more experience from a local law firm with over 115 years of combined service.
More respect from a team who treats clients like their own family.
And more fight, because we want you to get every dollar you deserve.
Experience, respect, results. If you've been injured, that's what you want in your lawyer.
And that's what you'll get when you call us. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
From breathtaking outdoors to unique local eats, world-class geocaching, and thriving local culture, Martinsburg, Berkeley County, West Virginia is where you can live your adventure. Berkeley County offers fantastic outdoor experiences, from our rugged hiking paths to scenic nature paths, public parks, fishing streams, and nature preserves. Cap off your outdoor adventures with a stroll through historic downtown Martinsburg. Join us and immerse yourself in our rich local history and scenic surroundings. Check out upcoming events and plan your adventure at travelwv.com.
We welcome you back here for West Virginia American Legion Baseball State Tournament. Bottom of the second inning is brought to you by the Berkeley County Health Department, Prevent, Promote, Protect, offering public, clinical, and environmental services at 122 Waverly Court in Martinsburg. It is the 7-8-9 batters due up in the bottom of the second. Jet Gross, Michael Poltar, and Cole Lewis for Berkeley post 14. Jet Gross will step up here. Still rocking Dylan's favorite cleats as he lines this one past the jumping Matt Gear at third and into left field. And Jet Gross is thinking 2 all the way, and he's going to get it. It's a stand-up double to lead things off for Berkeley post 14 here in the bottom of the second. Now Michael Poltar will have a runner on scoring position for post 14. Here against Hunter Mozingo. Poltar steps in, and first we'll have a time called to allow the umpires to get back into proper positions with a runner on second base, and it being a 3-man umpire crew. As Poltar whiffs through this off-speed pitch from Mozingo for strike one. So no balls, one strike, nobody out. Runner at second. This is a fastball that Poltar misses for strike two. Poltar adjusts his batting gloves before stepping back in with the 0-2 count against Mozingo, who's waiting for him to step in. Now we have a timeout called by a home plate umpire. And he'll reset things. The 0-2 pitch. That's lined in between shortstop and third into left field. So back-to-back base hits to begin the bottom of the second for Berkeley post 14. Which runners at the corners now. And nobody out to bring up the pitcher and Cole Lewis.
Batting ninth for Berkeley post 14.
A good job by Poltar on the 0-2 to pull that one. As Lewis has an opportunity to give the Hornets a lead. First pitch from Mozingo is high for a ball to Lewis. Mozingo gets the ball back from his catcher and Moore. Sets. Now tries to pick off the runner at first, and Poltar able to get back in safely. So again, runners at first and third for Berkeley post 14. 1-0 count to Lewis. Mozingo again fires over to first. This is Poltar again back in safely. 1-0 pitch in the turf for a ball. As Garrett Moore, the catcher, able to smother that one and make sure it doesn't go past him into the backstop. Runner stay put on the corners. 2-0 count now to Lewis. Another pickoff attempt over at first, and Poltar in easily. Not that big of a lead for him. He's a catcher after all. It's the 2-0 pitch. Lewis takes all the way, and it's at the knees for a strike. The count 2-1 now. Mozingo sets. 2-1 pitch. And it's a grounder to the shortstop, DeFranco. He's going to throw to second for one. The throw to first. Skips off the turf before going into the glove of Billick. And running it out is Colt Lewis. So it's a 6-4 fielder's choice, putting Lewis at first, Poltar out at second, and coming home to score is Jet Gross in the bottom of the second, giving Berkeley post 14 a 1-0 lead against Wellsburg post 34. Jordan Canby will now step up to bat with one out and a runner at first, and another pickoff attempt by Hunter Mozingo. Again, safe at first is the base runner. This time it's Cole Lewis. It's the first pitch to Canby, inside for a ball. Mozingo gets the throw back to Garrett Moore and lost it. Rolls off the mound. He recovers as base runner stays put. Another pickoff attempt, and this time the ball gets past the first baseman and goes over towards the bullpen. Lewis goes to second on the throwing error. That felt like it was only a matter of time before we saw that, as Mozingo only, it seems like, out there with his pickoffs as one move, as this pitch runs inside, almost hits Jordan Canby. Count now 2-0. 2-0. Big swing and a miss from Canby on a fastball that is high. Count now 2-1. Canby will step back in against Mozingo. A breaking ball. Misses for a ball. The count now 3-1 to Canby. Here comes the 3-1 pitch, and it misses high for ball 4. Canby will toss his bat over behind him to the third base dugout and jog his way down the first baseline. The runners are now at first and second for Berkeley Post 14. As the lefty Cam Moore will step up to bat with 1 out. A 1-0 lead for Berkeley Post 14 against Wellsburg Post 34 in the bottom of the second. The first pitch to Moore from Mozingo was low for ball 1. Now throw behind over to second, and they got him. Caught on a pickoff is Cole Lewis. That's out number 2. So now only the runner on first with Cam Moore up the bat. Fastball that misses outside for ball 2 to Moore. The 2-0 count now for Cam Moore. He's going to hit this one high and deep into right field. Looking up at it is the right fielder nicely as it hits the wall. Moore heads to second. It's a stand-up double. Is coming all the way from first is Jordan Canby to score with 2 outs. And it's now a Berkeley Post 14 2-0 lead in the bottom of the second against Wellsburg Post 34. As Cam Moore got all of that one. J.J. Pavanelli now up the bat.
Number 2, J.J. Pavanelli.
As this pitch inside. The catcher's throw, and Moore goes past the third baseman to shallow left field, but sliding in is more safe at third, and he did not get up and try to go to home. So 1-0 count now to J.J. Pavanelli, runner at third with 2 out. This is a strike from Mozingo to Pavanelli to even up the count at 1-1. And the 1-1, a time called before it. Mozingo not happy with that. He just wasted a throw. He wanted to throw again, and the umpire wasn't ready. 1-1 inside, the count 2-1. Some frustration kicking in here for Hunter Mozingo, who's now at 60 pitches. 3 balls, 1 strike, runner at third. Mozingo taking his timeout on the mound. A timeout called by Pavanelli as the 3-1 breaking ball. And we get a little taunt there by Hunter Mozingo. I have no idea how no umpires caught that and didn't throw him out of the game with that hand gesture. Is now his catcher, Garrett Moore, going to go out there and calm him down. You have some chirping from the bullpen of Berkeley Post 14, and that has started to get to, a 2-2 count, I think the home plate umpire just signaled, not 3-2. So 2-2 count, 2 outs, runner at third. As this pitch misses high for ball 3. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, runner at third, 2 outs. And this is a 1-hopper from J.J. Pavanelli into the glove of the second baseman, T.J. DiCaprio. And his throw to first is in time for out number 3. So the runner gets stranded at third. 2 runs, however, do score in the bottom of the second for Berkeley Post 14. So after 2, they lead Wellsburg Post 34 2-0. This is the West Virginia American Legion Baseball State Tournament on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
John's Pool Supplies, your local one-stop shop for all of your swimming pool needs. Located at 237 Eagle School Road, John's Pool Supplies has over 30 years of experience and a large selection of products, services, and supplies for your pool or hot tub. From custom liner installation and pool inspections to free water testing, call John's Pool Supplies at 304-267-2000 or go to johnspoolsupplies.com.
Mother Shuckers. Fresh Florida stone crab straight from the boat to your throat. Blue crabs, king, snow, Dungeness, all available year-round. Try and find that anywhere else around here. Homemade soup specials every day. Mother Shuckers is located at 1014 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. Mother Shuckers, we have an opinion. If you don't like it, shuck it up, Buttercup. Come on over to Mother Shuckers.
We welcome you back here. Our top of the third inning is brought to you by Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Call them at 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page. It's 2-0. Berkeley Post 14 leads Wellsburg Post 34. I'm Colin McLaughlin here for Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Back to the studio is Dylan Bishop, 9-batter, due up for Wellsburg and McFarland. So the 9-1-2 batters are due up here in the top of the third inning against Cole Lewis. Lewis's first pitch, squaring to bunt is McFarland, and he's going to bunt it down the first baseline. The throw from Michael Poltar is high. First baseman Jet Gross can't grab it. It's an error to get McFarland to first to lead off the third. Now batting will be Garrett Moore.
Back at the top of the order for Wellsburg, number 44, Garrett Moore.
Moore flew out to center his first time up, so he's 0 for 1 today. Pickoff attempt over at first, not in time from Cole Lewis. He's trying to get revenge from being picked off himself last half inning. This pitch popped foul by Moore to the left and out of play. So an 0-1 count to him now here in the third. It's 2-0 Berkeley Post 14 leading Wellsburg Post 34 in this elimination game. Another pickoff attempt over at first. Sliding in safely is McFarland. It's the pitchers today allowing these runners at first to tickle their fancy and make an attempt. It's this pitch low. It's a ball. Count 1-1. McFarland taking a big lead over at first. It's the 1-1 pitch from Lewis. Catches the outside part of the plate. That's a strike now. Count 1-2 to Moore. Moore looking down the third baseline for a signal from his coach before stepping back in here against Lewis, who looks over his shoulder at the runner at first before setting. Here's the 1-2 pitch from the righty. The runner goes. It's outside. Poltar doesn't get it. So that was in the opposite batter's box, and away Poltar had to dart out of the little square for him behind home plate. His mask kind of blinded him, shaking and shielding his eyes. Count now 2-2. Runner at second. Nobody out here in the top of the third. Is this breaking ball, swing and a miss, and one in the turf, but snagged by Poltar for it not to be a drop third strike, and that's out number 1. That'll now bring up DiCaprio.
Number 3, TJ DiCaprio.
DiCaprio struck out looking his last time up. Runner at second with one out here in the top of the third. Lewis's pitch. Grounded foul by DiCaprio as it rolls over to the first base on deck circle. Matt Gear gives it back to Michael Poulter. Gives it to the umpire. Put it in his bag and give Cole Lewis a new baseball already. The 0-1 pitch. Curveball that misses. Count now even at 1 apiece to DiCaprio. It's 2-0 Berkeley post 14 leading Wellsburg post 34. 1-1 count with 1 out and a runner on second. This grounded up the first base side. Pitcher Cole Lewis comes off the mound. Throws over to first for the out. And then we have a throwing error. As Jet Gross threw to third because he saw the runner in McFarland at third, around third, thinking about going home and wanted to try to catch him off guard, but the throw sailed past Braden Oviedo, and that'll allow McFarland to come home and score, making it a 2-1 ball game in the top of the third. Now there's 2 outs, nobody on, and Matt Gear up to bat.
Number 6, Matt Gear.
That's the second error of the inning for Berkeley post 14 as Lewis has a pitch that skips past Michael Poulter as it was low to Gear for ball 1. 1-0 count with 2 out. This pitch outside for a ball. Count now 2-0. Grounded into the third base dugout. Count now 2-1 to Matt Gear. Gear singled his first time up on 1 pitch in that top of the first. He's one of the 2 singles for Wellsburg so far this game. This pitch from Lewis outside misses for a ball. The count now 3-1 to Gear. Lewis steps on the rubber from behind the pitcher's mound and sets. It's the 3-1 pitch. Misses inside for ball 4. It's a 2-out walk, which will bring up O'Meary for Wellsburg. So the tying run now at first base for Wellsburg post 34 here in the top of the third. O'Meary struck out swinging his last time up. He's one of the 2 strikeout victims for Cole Lewis as his pitch misses outside for a ball. Lewis now at 40 pitches. 23 of them for strikes. A 1-0. Just catches the zone for a strike to even up the count at 1-1 on pitch number 41. Lewis tries to pick off the runner at first, who scampers his way back on the first base bag. Does not slide in. Gear able to get his foot on the bag in time. 1-1 count to O'Meary with 2 out. Another pickoff attempt, and this underneath the glove of Jet Gross and over to the first base dugout. The throw to second in time as Gear doesn't have the speed to take that base on the error, and that'll end the inning. So it's a 2-1 lead for Berkeley post 14 against Wellsburg post 34 as we're headed to the bottom of the third on the other side of this 1-minute break. This is American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Insurance companies see you as a claim number. Most law firms see you as a case file. When their top priority is their bottom line, you only get a fraction of the attention that you deserve. At the law firm of Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, it's personal. We listen to our clients to see the whole picture, because every part of you is important. For a team built on relationships and results, call Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson at 304 Lawyers, or visit us at burkeandschultz.com.
We welcome you back here after that last inning, or last half inning, making it 2-1. We head to the bottom of the third, which is brought to you by the team at Century 21 Modern Realty Results. If you're looking for a home in the tri-state area, they have you covered. Colin McLaughlin here for Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Back at the studio is Dylan Bishop. Cole Lewis at 41 pitches now for Berkeley Post 14. 24 of them for strikes. It's Oviedo up to bat. First pitch he sees from Mozingo this inning. Misses for ball 1. A 1-0 count. Mozingo sets. Nice pitch. Catches the outside part of the plate for a strike. The count now 1-1 to Braden Oviedo. It's Oviedo, Sifford, Alter, the 4-5-6 batters due up. As this pitch from Mozingo outside. The count now 2-1. Mozingo at 66 pitches now. This pitch. Oviedo lets go by. It's strike 2, so a 2-2 count here in this 2-1 ball game in the bottom of the third. Post 14 leads Post 34. The 2-2 is grounded by Oviedo straight to the shortstop DeFranco. His throw pulls the first baseman off the bag, but Caleb Billick is there for out number 1, making the tag, I believe, to Braden Oviedo to get the out.
Number 4, Landon Sifford.
So now 1 out. That'll bring up Landon Sifford. Sifford hit into the infield fly his last time up. That was with the bases loaded in the first as he lets the first pitch go by. That's a curveball that catches the zone at the bottom for strike 1. As he pops the 0-1 into shallow center field, and underneath it is Braden McFarland. That's out number 2. And now 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the third. Now batting will be Christian Alter. Alter grounded down to the second baseman his last time up. So he's 0 for 1. Mozingo sets the first pitch to Alter. He'll swing through and foul it over to the right out of play for a strike. Alter steps out of the box. Looks to be okay. Maybe a way that hit his bat might have stung a little bit. I see him shaking his hand as the 0-1 catches the outside part of the plate as he steps back in, and that's strike 2 from Hunter Mozingo. So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the third, nobody on. Mozingo's 0-2 pitch stays inside. Alter ducks out of the way. The count now 1-2. 1-2 pitch. Grounded right back up to the pitcher. And Mozingo going to jog over all by himself to first and step on the bag. As Alter kind of just stopped, knowing that he was going to be out, and let Mozingo do the job. So 3 up, 3 down goes Berkeley Post 14 here in the bottom of the third. The score remains 2-1. The Hornets lead Wellsburg post 34. So we're headed to the fourth on the other side of this 1 minute break. It's the West Virginia American Legion Baseball State Tournament on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanic Insurance Companies. For over a century, we have been dedicated to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. We specialize in auto, home, farm, and business insurance. Our products are backed with personal, hands-on service. You can trust us to protect what matters most to you. For all of your insurance needs, there's Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies.
Back as we head to the top of the fourth inning. Our top of the fourth is brought to you by Farmers and Mechanics Insurance, reliable coverage since 1877. Call 304-263-0809 for a quote today or visit fmiwv.com. It's a 2-1 Berkeley post 14 lead against Wellsburg post 34 in this elimination game of the West Virginia American Legion Baseball State Tournament. And we'll resume with the 4, 5, 6 batters due up in the fourth, as O'Meary was up to end last inning, but with Gear caught out at second, he gets to come back up here in the fourth. So O'Meary takes the first pitch from Cole Lewis, and it's called strike one. Oh, at the knees, and that's called strike two, as O'Meary realizes that he missed another one that was in the zone and let it go by. So no balls, 2 strikes. O'Meary steps back in against Lewis. This is 0-2 pitch, way outside for a ball, counting 1-2. Again, we got 2 more games today for you, so don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. That's the winner's bracket side of things after this, is the 1-2 breaking ball that skips off Michael Poltar, and if the net wasn't here, it would have been a souvenir for us in the press box. Count 2-2. O'Meary taking his time before stepping back in here with the 2-2 count. And he'll foul this one over to the right, over the net, and out of play it goes, keeping the count at 2-2 for O'Meary. So, this is the 6th pitch of the at-bat, which means it will be pitch number 47 for Cole Lewis. And it's a breaking ball that freezes O'Meary, and he goes down looking for strike 3. So that's out number 1. Make it the 4th strikeout for Cole Lewis. And now batting is Hunter Nicely, the right fielder. And he'll swing and pop up the first pitch in foul territory over to the first base dugout. It goes behind that first base dugout for strike 1. You saw Jet Gross go over to the fence to see if it was going to be close, and Michael Poltar also went towards that general direction, but it was out of play. It's the 0-1 pitch from Lewis to Nicely is a curveball that freezes Nicely, and it's strike 2. So 0-2 count to Nicely. Here comes the pitch from Lewis, and it's a swing and a miss. Nicely down swinging back-to-back strikeouts. Has 2 out here in the 4th. Nobody on. Now batting It's number 10, Caleb Billick. First pitch from Lewis, outside for ball 1 to Billick. Billick grounded out to third, his only time up so far today. As he lets the 1-0 go by, it's at the knees, called a strike to even the count up at 1-1. Lewis sets in the 1-1 pitch. Outside for ball 2. 2-1 count. 2 out, nobody on. 2-1 lead for Berkeley post 14 against Wellsburg post 34 here in the top of the 4th. Lewis's pitch. Billick grounds to the shortstop, J.J. Pavanelli. He'll get it. Throw it the first. 3 up, 3 down goes Wellsburg post 34 in the 4th inning. So we are headed now to the bottom of the 4th on the other side of this 1-minute break. This is the West Virginia American Legion Baseball State Tournament on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanic Insurance Companies. For over a century, we have been dedicated to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. We specialize in auto, home, farm, and business insurance. Our products are backed with personal, hands-on service. You can trust us to protect what matters most to you. For all of your insurance needs, there's Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies.
We welcome you back as we are now entering the bottom of the 4th inning. Bottom of the 4th is brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Go to fordofhagerstown.com. 7, 8, 9 batters are due up. Gross, Poltar, Lewis in the bottom of the 4th. The breaking ball from Hunter Mozingo to begin the bottom of the 4th misses low to Gross for ball 1. As the 1-0 catches the zone, and that's a strike. So count now 1-1 to Gross. It was the 7, 8, 9 batters due up in the 2nd inning, and they were able to spark that 2-run 2nd inning to give Berkeley post 14 a 2-0 lead at the time, which has now been cut to 2-1 as the 1-1 pitch from Mozingo to Gross is strike 2. Gross started that inning with a double as he grounds this one right to the first baseman, Caleb Billick, and he's going to step on the first base bag for out number 1. So now bring up Michael Poltar.
Number 13, Michael Poltar.
Poltar singled his last time up. He'll step in here against Hunter Mozingo. Pitch misses high for a ball. So count 1-0 to Poltar. Is this one at the belt, and it's a strike. Count 1-1. Poltar's going to foul off the 1-1 pitch over to third base dugout to count 1-2. Is Hunter Mozingo now over 80 pitches? It's the 1-2. Misses for a ball outside. Count 2-2. Mozingo sets. 2-2 pitch. Inside. It's ball 3. Count now 3-2. It's a full count to Michael Poltar with 1 out, nobody on. And he'll foul this one straight back. Again, we'll have a 3-2 pitch to Michael Poltar with 1 out. Nobody on base here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 2-1 lead for Berkeley post 14 against Wellsburg post 34. Here comes the payoff pitch. That is lined foul by Poltar down the third base side, now to play. Poltar trying to get his second hit of the day. 3-2 is outside. It's ball 4, so he'll still reach base. It's via base on balls with a 1 out. That'll bring up Cole Lewis.
Number 6, Cole Lewis.
So Lewis will step up here with the runner at first. Hunter Mozingo looks over at the runner at first. His first pitch to Cole Lewis is inside for a ball. One ball, no strikes, 1 out. Lewis lines this one into left field for a hit. And that's a single, putting runners at first and second for Berkeley post 14 in the bottom of the 4th. 4th hit of the afternoon for the Hornets. Now we head back to the top of the lineup. Now batting will be Jordan Canby.
Jordan Canby.
Mozingo looks at the runners at first and second. First pitch to Canby. He'll line, and that's down for a hit into center field. McFarland will throw to the cutoff man to keep the base runners from only going 1 base each. But now bases are loaded with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th for Berkeley post 14. As Cam Moore is up to bat, and he had that RBI double his last time up to give Berkeley post 14 the lead at what was at the time 2-0. Moore is going to ground this one down the first base line. I believe I heard they said it was foul right at the last second. So 0-1 count to Moore. That was very close on that first base line. The 0-1 from Mozingo. Outside for a ball to Moore, so the count 1-1. One pitch. Moore sends into mid left field. It's caught by O'Meary. His throw off the mark as the catcher, Garrett Moore, has to run forward and stop that throw about middle in between of the pitcher's mound and home. So on a sacrifice fly to left by Cam Moore, you will have a base runner in Poltar coming home to score. So that makes it a 3-1 Berkeley post 14 lead in the bottom of the 4th with runners at first and second and 2 out. J.J. Pavanelli now up to bat, and first pitch to him is ball 1. Is the 1-0. He'll ground to the third baseman, Matt Gear. He'll throw across the diamond to first in time for out number 3. So, 1 run able to score. It's an insurance run, making it 3-1 Berkeley post 14 after 4, leading Wellsburg post 34. We'll head to the 5th on the other side of this 1-minute break. This is the West Virginia American Legion Baseball State Tournament on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
We welcome you back here as we head to the top of the fifth inning, brought to you by L.A. Roberts Jewelers, committed to excellence in quality design and craftsmanship, located at 146 North Queen Street in Martinsburg. It is a 3-1 Berkeley Post 14 lead now against Wellsburg Post 34. I'm Colin McLaughlin here for Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Back at the studio is Dylan Bishop as we're headed to the top of the fifth. Bottom of the lineup is due up for Wellsburg Post 34. DeFranco, Mozingo, McFarland, the 7, 8, 9 batters. Cole Lewis has concluded his warm-up pitches, so we just wait for everybody to get back into position and be good to go here. DeFranco singled his last time up. He squares to bunt and bunts it down the third base side. It looked good for a brief second, but then the spin of the ball has it go foul. Oh, that's an 0-1 count now to DeFranco. He'll jog his way back down and get the bat from Michael Poltar, Berkeley Post 14's catcher. And DeFranco will step back in here against Cole Lewis with an 0-1 count. Lewis's pitch, low for a ball. Count now 1-1 to DeFranco. Again, this is an elimination game, which means winner moves on, loser goes home. 1-1 count. Pitch from Lewis outside for a ball, so count now 2-1 to DeFranco. The winner of this game will face the loser of the next game, which is Bridgeport Post 68 and Charleston Post 65, as the 2-1 pitch from DeFranco is fouled. Make the count 2-2. Two-two pitch from Lewis. Misses outside. The count now runs full. 3-2 to DeFranco. Three balls, two strikes. The payoff pitch. That is a breaking ball that goes past Poltar. That's ball 4. So it's a leadoff walk in the fifth. Franco heads to first on the base on balls. Now batting will be Hunter Mozingo, the pitcher for Wellsburg. Mozingo grounded to second his last time up, as the righty steps in against Cole Lewis. And he'll pop up the first pitch, back over the press box, and hits our roof for strike one. That one sounded like it scared Gene behind us a little bit. I think he thought it was going to pop through and knock him on the head. Give some sense into Gene back there. Gives me the thumbs up. He's good. We're good. No balls, one strike. Runner goes. Squaring to bunt was Mozingo, and that one was a ball, but Mozingo fouled it, making it a strike. So no balls, two strikes. Runner goes back to first into Franco. Gene, since we got a pause here, John Alderton wanted me to make sure that you know that he says hello. So there you go, John. Just for you. Nobody else gets shout-outs like that here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. It's a pickoff attempt over at first. Not in time. Oh, 2 count. Lewis sets the pitch. Outside to Mazingo. The count 1-2. Runner at first. DeFranco takes his lead. 1-2 count to Mazingo. Runner goes. It's a breaking ball. Called strike 3 to throw to second. Not in time. So you don't get the strike him out, throw him out, just the strike him out. So 1 out. Runner at second. That'll now bring up McFarland.
Number 16, Braden McFarland.
McFarland reached on the error by Michael Poltar and then came home to score the only run for Wellsburg as Lewis kicks and then quickly steps off the rubber to try to pick off DeFranco, but DeFranco was already back at the bag, so Lewis did not throw over. He'll now send a pitch to McFarland, who bunts it again. And the throw in time at first by Cole Lewis beats McFarland for out number 2. But the sack bunt moves DeFranco over to third with 2 out. And that'll now bring up the top of the lineup, Garrett Moore. So for a second time, McFarland squared the bunt.
Number 44,
And this time he's gunned down. Moore 0 for 2, up for the third time today. Lewis, first pitch to him, big swing and a miss on the curve for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 out runner at third. The 0-1 pitch. That's a Baltimore chop to the third baseman Oviedo, and he'll make the routine throw over to first for out number 3. So the runner gets stranded at third, keeping it a 3-1 Berkeley Post 14 lead against Wellsburg Post 34. So we're headed to the bottom of the 5th on the other side of this 1-minute break. This is the West Virginia American Legion Baseball State Tournament right here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
If you're going to hit like trash all day, I tell you what, I got a real chance here. Oh, hey, speaking of, I was coming down the road the other day back from McIntosh Valley, and I saw a billboard with these crazy deals that Panhandle dumpsters have.
True. Hey, come on.
Oh, and did you know that if you sign up, you get your first month free? Dude, sorry, man. But I just wish somebody would have told me about these crazy deals that Panhandle Dumpsters has.
Drew, how many times have I told you to sign up for Panhandle Dumpsters? They give away discounts for first responders, veterans, and seniors. If you pay for a whole year, you get the 13th month free. Now shut up and watch me hit this drive.
Signing up with Panhandle is like a hole-in-one every day.
We welcome you back here as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning now, which is brought to you by Trips Flooring. Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring needs? Call Trips Flooring at 304-229-7009 or online at tripsfloorsanding.com. It's 3-1 Berkeley Post 14 leads Wellsburg Post 34. Due up for the Berkeley Post 14 Hornets here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Oviedo, Sifford, Alter, the 4, 5, 6 batters. It's been a funny thing for the scorecard so far. In the second inning, it was the 7, 8, 9 batters due up. Then in the third, it was the 4, 5, 6. Then in the fourth, it was the 7, 8, 9 batters. Now in the fifth, it's the 4, 5, 6. So Oviedo pops this one up into foul territory on the first base side. The catcher is there. Garrett Moore in foul territory gets it for out number 1 to retire Oviedo. That'll bring up Landon Sifford now, with 1 out and nobody on.
Number 4, Landon Sifford.
Sifford sees a curveball from Hunter Mozingo for strike 1. This pitch now high for a ball, so the count 1-1 to Sifford. Mozingo a few pitches away from pitch number 100. It's the 1-1. Misses inside for ball 2, so count now 2-1 to Sifford. The 2-1 is a fastball that's just above the shoulder, says the home plate umpire for a ball, so the count 3-1 now to Sifford. Mozingo's 3-1 pitch. Sifford skyrockets into left center field. And the left fielder, Zach O'Mary, is there, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. So, 2 outs now in the bottom of the 5th. We'll bring up Christian Alter.
Number 14, Christian Alter.
Alter grounded to the pitcher his last time up. Mozingo's pitch, breaking ball outside. That's ball 1. Alter is also grounded out to second so far today. It's the 1-0. He fouls straight back off the net, and it'll bounce back into the turf, so we'll have to wait for that one to be retrieved. We'll also have to wait for the new baseball to be retrieved, as Hunter Mozingo didn't catch it from his catcher, Garrett Moore. So 1-1 count to Alter with 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the 5th. Nobody on base for Berkeley Post 14. The 1-1 outside. It misses for ball 2. So count now 2 balls and 1 strike, as that was pitch 103 for Hunter Mozingo. 2-1 is a fastball at the knees, and that's strike 2. So deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. This is grounded down the third baseline by Alter. Running in is Matt Gear. His throw hops off the turf, and Caleb Billick is unable to scoop it off that hop. So an error will allow Alter to get the first base safely with 2 outs. And that'll bring up Jet Gross. So Hunter Mozingo looks like will be moved now. And we'll have ourselves a new pitcher, as Mozingo ends at 105 pitches. The runner at first and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. It's Berkeley Post 14 leading Wellsburg Post 34 3-1. We'll take ourselves a 30-second break and then be back to get you this pitching change. This is the West Virginia American Legion Baseball State Tournament on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Gretchen Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
We welcome you back here as we have a pitching change, as pitching changes are brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution at 121 Administrative Drive. Call them at 304-263-3361. So Mozingo pitches 4 2/3 innings. He has a runner at first right now, so his final stat line can't be concluded just yet, as Alter reached first on a throwing error by the third baseman. And speaking of that third baseman, he's now on the pitcher's mound. That's number 6, Matt Gear. And Mozingo moves over to third. So Jet Gross up to bat now. It's the first pitch from Gear to Gross, misses low for ball 1. 1-0 count to Gross. As the 1-0 at the knees called a strike. Evens up the count at 1 apiece. Gross 1 for 2 so far. With a double and a ground out to the first baseman. The 1-1 misses upstairs. The count now 2-1. Matt Gear on the mound. Throws this 2-1 pitch, and Gross will foul it off to the left, making the count now 2-2. Gross, the lefty, steps back in now with a 2-2 count against Gear. Alter at first, the base runner for Berkeley Post 14. Gear sets. 2-2 pitch, runner goes, and it's a swing and a miss, so the runner going doesn't matter. That strikeout is out number 3 here in the bottom of the 5th. So the runner gets left stranded, and the score remains Berkeley Post 14 3, Wellsburg Post 34 1. So we're headed to 6 on the other side of this 1-minute break. This is the West Virginia American Legion Baseball State Tournament on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information. Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information.
Welcome to CMA's Honda of Winchester, where you can drive an award-winning lineup of new and certified pre-owned Hondas, Accords, Civics, CRVs, HRVs, and more at CMA's Honda of Winchester. Owners just care more. Welcome to CMA's Honda of Winchester, where you can drive an award-winning lineup of new and certified pre-owned Hondas, Accords, Civics, CRVs, HRVs, and more at CMA's Honda of Winchester. Owners just care more.
We welcome you back as we head to the top of the 6th inning, brought to you by Parsons Ford at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at ParsonsFord.com. They became number 1 by making you number 1 first. Parsons. Cole Lewis still out there for Berkeley Post 14. Let's get you Hunter Mozingo's final line out on the mound for Wellsburg Post 34 before we get you who's up to bat for them. He goes 4 2/3 innings, giving up 6 hits, 3 runs, all 3 earned. No strikeouts, 4 walks.
Top of the 6th for Wellsburg. Leading off, number 3, TJ DiCaprio.
And due up for Wellsburg is the 2, 3, 4 batters, DiCaprio, Gear, O'Meary. Lewis sets. First pitch to DiCaprio. Misses for ball 1. DiCaprio struck out looking his first time up. And then grounded into a 1-3 out. This pitch is a strike. The count now 1-1. On that 1-3 ground out, you then had the throwing error by the first baseman, Jack Gross, over to third. That sailed past the third baseman, Oviedo, which allowed McFarland to come home and score. So the next one is a strike, so the count 1-2. That was pitch number 70. Pitch number 71 is grounded foul to the left, keeping the count at 1-2 for DiCaprio. So, Cole Lewis trying to go the distance for Berkeley Post 14 and keep the Hornets' season alive. 1-2 pitch is line or hard ground ball, and diving for it's the shortstop J.J. Pavanelli, but he can't get it. It's going to hit him, roll over him, and go into left field for a leadoff single, or error, by the shortstop. Giving him a single, changing it to a single.
6, Matt Gear.
That'll bring up Matt Gear. Game Changer's giving it an error, so we'll see. Matt Gear steps up. Runner at first. That pitch called a strike to Gear. Gear was the starting third baseman, now the pitcher for Wellsburg. No balls, 1 strike. Lewis sets. Pitch outside. That's a ball. A 1 ball, 1 strike with nobody out. Runner at first. Lewis looks over at the runner at first. Sets. Now tries to pick off the runner. Capio slides back in safely. As the 1-1 pitch is outside to Gear. It misses, and that's ball 2, so 2-1 count to Gear. Gear singled his first time up, walked his last time up, and then got caught out at second. There's another pickoff attempt over at first, not in time. He was caught out at second when you had that pickoff attempt by Lewis go past Jet Gross, but Gross was able to get the ball throw to second, and the tag was applied to get Matt Gear out. The 2-1 pitch misses inside for ball 3. So 3-1 count now. Nobody out. Runner at first. Top of the 6th inning. Lewis sets. 3-1 pitch. It's called strike 2 on the inside corner. So count now full to Matt Gear. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Lewis sets. Before a 3-2 pitch, he's going to try to pick off the runner at first again. DiCaprio slides back in safely before Gross is able to put the tag down. Lewis gets the ball back from Gross. Sets. Here's the 3-2. The payoff pitch is grounded down the first baseline. Lewis charges off the mound, gets it himself, tosses it over to Gross at first for the 1-3 fielder's choice. Advancing over to second is DiCaprio on that play. And now batting will be O'Meary with 1 out and the runner at second here in this 3-1 ball game as Berkeley Post 14 leads Wellsburg Post 34. Lewis's pitch popped up over to the right in foul territory. Jet Gross trying to shield the sun. Now puts his glove up and will make the catch in foul territory for the out. So 2 outs now. Runner stays put at second. Did not try to advance on that foul pop out in front of the first base dugout. And that'll bring up Nicely, who's 0 for 2 today. Lewis looks at the runner behind him. Fires the first pitch to Nicely. Nicely's going to have a soft grounder down the third baseline. Oviedo barehands it, throws to first. Snagging it is Jet Gross for the out. So the runner gets stranded at second. As we head to the bottom of the 6th, it remains Berkeley Post 14-3 and Wellsburg Post 34-1. This is the West Virginia American Legion Baseball State Tournament on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. We're back in 60 seconds.
I like the layout of the course very much. I think it challenges the low handicappers and is very playable for the mid and high handicappers.
All different levels can play on this course.
I think it challenges you from the get-go.
And the first tee program here is one of the best, if second to none. It is the best in the state of West Virginia.
The men have a league, the women have a league, the kids have things going on. Like, it really is kind of the whole package here at Locust Hill. Everybody's very welcoming.
Love the folks here that play golf, but a lot of great relationships and friendships with people here.
You know, sometimes you can only judge a course by their members. We have a great core membership here.
I was able to build some fantastic relationships here, and that's why I've been here for 30 years. When you join any club, you're joining to play golf, but you're really paying for the experience. And the experience here at Locust I found to always be a good time and a fun affair.
To schedule a tee time, become a member, or see upcoming events, visit www.locusthillgolfcourse.com or call us today at 304-728-7300.
We welcome you back. Bottom of the sixth inning we go, which is brought to you by WVU Medicine, Berkeley, and Jefferson Medical Centers, leading healthcare here and everywhere. It's Matt Gear on the mound still here after Mozingo ended in 4 2/3 innings. Due up for the Berkeley Post 14 Hornets is the 8-9-1 batters, Poltar, Lewis, Canby. They lead Wellsburg 3-1. Wellsburg will be down to its final 3 outs in the top of the 7th as the first pitch from Gear outside by a lot for ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Gear's next pitch outside again for ball 2. This time not as much, but still on the white line of the opposite batter's box. 2-0 count to Poltar. So this right down the middle. Poltar makes contact but fouls it out of play. Count 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Nobody out here. Leadoff guy in the bottom of the 6th, Poltar. And he'll tattoo this one over the head of Zach O'Mary. And that's going to roll over to the wall in front of the scoreboard. And it's a leadoff stand-up double by Poltar to begin this bottom of the 6th inning for Berkeley Post 14. It's Cole Lewis now will be up to bat with the runner in scoring position. Trying to add on to the Hornets' lead, which right now sits at 3-1. Cole Lewis right now would be the winning pitcher, so if you're him, you'd like to get an insurance run or 2. Lewis's first time up, grounded in 6-4 fielder's choice that he reached base on. His last time up, he singled. The first pitch from Gear to Lewis misses for ball 1. Gear looks at the runner behind him, now sets. 1-0 delivery to Lewis. He squares to bunt, but fouls it back. Count now 1-1. Man on deck. Jordan Canby will retrieve that foul ball, give it to the home plate umpire, go back to the on-deck circle, giving Cole Lewis some time before stepping back in here against Matt Gear. Gear sets, takes a deep breath, and the 1-1 pitch. Another bunt. This time it's down the third baseline, but it rolls foul for strike 2. Again, Cole Lewis unable to put the bunt down in play. So now he has 2 strikes against him, 1 ball. We'll see if they decide to try to bunt him again with 2 strikes or if he swings away, which is the more likely option, you feel like. Here's 1-2 pitch. Hits Cole Lewis. So, Cole Lewis with 2 strikes gets bailed out on the hit by pitch and will now go down to first. You already have Poltar at second. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th. Jordan Canby comes up to bat.
Top of the order, number 7, Jordan Canby.
Canby grounded out to short, walked, and then singled his last time up. So far what he's done today at the plate. Got runners at first and second, nobody out. He'll square to bunt. He pops up the bunt, and it's caught by a diving catcher, Garrett Moore. And the runners quickly scamper back to first and second to avoid a double or even a triple play. A small ball, again, failing for Berkeley Post 14 in this one.
Number 9, Cam Moore.
It's Cam Moore up to bat. Moore has 2 RBIs today, putting him pretty solid position for potentially being the player of the game. Gear looking at the runner behind him. Now throws to Moore, and that's on the inside corner and called strike 1. Moore, the lefty, steps back in. Gear's pitch. Moore. Tattoos on the ground in between first and second. Poltar slides in home safely, and that's the 3rd RBI for Cam Moore. It's an RBI single this time around, extending Berkeley Post 14's lead to 4-1 in the bottom of the 6th against Wellsburg Post 34. So a 2 for 3 day for Cam Moore. Had on the walk as well to make it the 3rd time he's reached base safely. It's J.J. Pavanelli now up to bat. The pitch from Gear misses outside for a ball. So 1 out, runners at first and second. 4-1 lead now for Berkeley Post 14. The pitch to Pavanelli is low from Gear for ball 2. Pavanelli's 1 for 3 this afternoon. He has a single, ground out to second, and a ground out to third. Right now has a 2-0 count with 1 out against Gear. Matt Gear's 2-0 pitch. Low for ball 3. Three balls, no strikes now to Pavanelli. You have Oviedo on deck. This pitch at the letters, and that's Mr. Automatic on the 3-0, making it 3-1. A 3-1 count now to J.J. Pavanelli. It's the 3-1 low, and that's ball 4 to load the bases with 1 out and bring Braden Oviedo up to bat. So bases loaded again for Berkeley Post 14. Oviedo against Matt Gear can break this one open and put the final nails in the Wellsburg Post 34 coffin if he wants. So he takes the first pitch. That misses for a ball inside. Oviedo steps back in. 1-0 count against Matt Gear on the mound for Post 34. 1-0 pitch. Low for ball 2. So 2 balls, no strikes. Ducks on a pond. Post 14. 2-0. Oviedo lets it go by. It's a strike. That's 2-1 count now. Oviedo steps back in. He'll foul the 2-1 straight back into the net. Count now 2-2. That ball gets retrieved as the net, like a trampoline here at P.O. Faulkner Park. If a foul ball hits it, it goes straight back to where it came. 2-2 pitch. Just high for ball 3. Oviedo looked like he was about to swing, but knew that he was going to be too late, so he kept the bat back. 3-2. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. Oviedo goes down looking for out number 2. He thought it was ball 4. He was ready to throw that bat back to the dugout and make his way down to first. But instead, it's out number 2. So 2 outs now. Bases loaded. Sifford's going to ground this first pitch down the first baseline, and it's going to roll right on the line to stay fair after it seemed like for a half second went foul, but rolled back, and that ends the inning. So again, the bases are loaded, and the bases get stranded when loaded, but Berkeley Post 14 still was able to add on another insurance run, giving them a 4-1 lead against Wellsburg Post 34. We're down to the final 3 outs for them as we enter the top of the 7th after this 1-minute break. This is the West Virginia American Legion Baseball State Tournament on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
One of the questions lawyers get asked the most is, what is my case worth?
I'm Steven Skinner, and this is my brother Andrew with Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers.
The truth is, it's very difficult for a lawyer to pinpoint a number because every case is different.
We get to know each situation and we'll give you an idea of what your case is worth and why.
The sooner we get involved, the better we can do getting you the compensation you deserve.
Google Skinner Lawyers or go to skinnerwins.com. We'll treat you like family.
I do.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
Can't believe you didn't fill up.
That's double my rent. Not my car.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rock's Rewards.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
You had one job.
It's twin girls.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rock's Rewards.
We welcome you back here as we head to the top of the 7th inning, which is brought to you by Mother Shucker's Crab Shack, located at 1014 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. If you don't like it, shuck it up, Buttercup. Top of the 7th we go. Wellsburg, post 34, down to its final 3 outs potentially of the tournament unless they can mount a comeback. They trail Berkeley post 14 by a score of 4-1. Due up for Wellsburg post 34 will be Billick, DeFranco, Mozingo, the 6, 7, 8 batters in the lineup. And out of those 3, only one of them have reached base, and he's done so twice. That's DeFranco with a single and a walk. Billick's 0 for 2, ground out to third, ground out to short. It's the first pitch from Cole Lewis is strike 1 to Billick. Lewis trying to go the complete game. As this pitch inside to Billick misses for a ball, so the count now 1-1 from Cole Lewis. See how much room Lewis has to spare. It looks like he should have plenty. That was only pitch 82, not 32. 1-1. Low and maybe a little bit away as well for a ball. Count 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike here to Billick, who lines this one over his head of his teammates in the first base dugout. That's 2-2 count now. Everybody's okay over there. Didn't hit anybody, fortunately. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lewis sets. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball that's in the turf for ball 3 to Billick. Lewis on the mound, 3-2 count to Billick. Here comes the payoff pitch, and it's called strike 3 on the outside corner for out number 1. 7th strikeout for Cole Lewis this afternoon, and that'll bring up DeFranco.
Number 39, Raymond DeFranco.
DeFranco, as I said to start the inning, has singled and walked so far today. Lewis, first pitch of the third at-bat against DeFranco. He's going to ground. Diving for it is Oviedo, and he gets it. Throws to first, and that's out number 2. Great flash of the leather there by Braden Oviedo. So 2 down now, and now batting is Hunter Mozingo.
Number 25, Hunter Mozingo.
Mozingo 0 for 2 today. It's a 4-1 lead for Berkeley post 14 here against Wellsburg post 34. Hornets 1 out away from advancing to tomorrow. First pitch, curveball, called strike 1 to Mozingo, who can't believe it. The 0-1. Grounded to the second baseman, Cam Moore. That should do it, and it does. That's the ball game. Berkeley post 14 gets the win by a final score of 4-2. 4-1 over Wellsburg Post 34. So Berkeley Post 14 gets the win. Again, final score 4-1. They survive and advance to tomorrow. Wellsburg falls to 4-11 overall, 0-2 in the tournament, meaning their season is over. We'll step aside, take ourselves a 2-minute break, and then be back to wrap things up with our Palace Lounge post-game show. This is the West Virginia American Legion Baseball State Tournament on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Most insurance companies see you as a claim number. Most law firms see you as a case file. When their top priority is their bottom line, you only get a fraction of the attention that you deserve. At the law firm of Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, it's personal. We listen to our clients to see the whole picture, because every part of you is important. For a team built on relationships and results, call Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson at 304-LAWYERS, or visit us at burkeandschultz.com.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Mommy, where does flavor come from?
Well, when people love food, they cook it on a Traeger grill. Meat, corn, even pie. And then the Traeger does the rest, which brings everyone to celebrate this beautiful thing that they've created. Because when you share delicious food with your friends, that's the flavor of life.
Shop now and save at Orsini's today.
Remember when you were a little kid and saw your first deer?
Oh, how cute.
As an adult, maybe you've had a different experience.
Where'd that come from?
Bambi mess up your dream machine? Call Cody's Auto Body today at 304-901-4777 and get the work done right the first time. Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilston Street in Martinsburg, has a team of auto body professionals with a lifetime of experience putting your ride back together again, regardless of how it got that way. Cody's Auto Body.
We welcome you back to P.O. Faulkner Park. Game 2 is in the books. Berkeley Post 14 is victorious by a final score of 4-1 over Wellsburg Post 34. As we welcome you into the post-game show on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Post-game show is brought to you by the Palace Lounge on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg, with a full lunch and dinner menu and daily specials in a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check out the menu on the Palace Lounge Facebook page. We'll get you our game summary now, brought to you by the Mansion Freddie Law Firm in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Go to wvjusticelawyers.com. Was Berkeley Post 14 striking first in the bottom of the second inning. The Hornets would score 2 runs on 3 hits and 1 Wellsburg Post 34 error that inning, giving them a 2-0 lead. Then Wellsburg would cut the lead in half in the top of the third, making it 2-1 on 2 errors by Berkeley Post 14 in that third inning. No hits for Wellsburg. And then in the bottom of the fourth and bottom of the sixth, Berkeley Post 14 were able to add on 1 insurance run in each of those innings, giving them the 4-1 victory over Wellsburg Post 14. So that's your game summary. Game stats now brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Visit them online at fordofhagerstown.com. Pitching stats will get you. Cole Lewis goes 7 innings, gives up 3 hits, 1 run, which was not earned, struck out 7, and walked 2. He is the winning pitcher. Hunter Mozingo goes 4 2/3, giving up 6 hits, 3 runs, which were all earned, walked 4, did not strike out anybody. And then you had Matt Gear go 1 1/3, giving up 2 hits, a run, a walk, and a strikeout as well. So, for Berkeley Post 14, 4 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors, 10 runners left stranded for Berkeley Post 14 in this one. And then for Wellsburg, it was 1 run on 3 hits, 2 errors, and 4 left on base. We'll wrap things up. Get our player of the game now, brought to you by Rock's Local Markets with convenient locations around the eastern Panhandle. Fast, fresh, friendly Rocks. And it's tough not to give it to Cole Lewis for going the complete game on the mound, but as I said, Cam Moore, it's tough not to give it to him either, so I'm going to give it to him. 2 for 2 day. 3 of the 4 runs were RBIs by Cam Moore, so Cam Moore will be player of the game for Berkeley Post 14. As they advance, stay alive in the state tournament. Double check here, write down that in the bracket. They are the winner of Game 6 of this tournament, which means Post 14 will play at 1 p.m. tomorrow, which is the first game of the day, with there only being 3 games tomorrow. They will take on the loser of Game 7, which will start in about an hour or so. That is scheduled for 4 p.m. today. We'll have coverage of that one for you after this between Bridgeport Post 68 and Charleston Post 65. But for now, we're going to step aside, take ourselves a break, and then be back around 3:50-ish. We'll go live for that game. For Dylan Bishop, I'm Colin McLaughlin signing off here for Game 2 of Day 2. This is the West Virginia American Legion Baseball State Tournament on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
You've been tuned into American Legion Baseball for the continued excitement of high school, college, and Major League Baseball. Keep it tuned to 106.5 FM, AM 740, Comcast Cable Channel 10, and online at talkradiowrnr.com.